jets. This isn't the square. These are pictures on what looks like an extremely busy and congested road, possibly one of the bridges that had been taken over earlier in the evening, but we're not too sure. But lots of people certainly camped on that main road. So anyway, sorry, the think is Istanbul, possibly a bridge in Istanbul there. So anyway, sorry, the latest that we can tell you is that there have been explosions heard near Taksim Square, but also we're hearing reports that around 30 Turkish soldiers who were part of a faction attempting to carry out this military coup surrendered their weapons in Taksim Square after being surrounded by armed police. That's according to Reuters, who've spoken to a witness. They say that the soldiers handed over their guns and were taken away in police vans as a fighter jet repeatedly screeched overhead at low altitude, causing a boom that shook surrounding buildings and shattered windows. So that is the latest we're hearing about whatever is going on in Taksim Square in Istanbul. We're also hearing that the Bulgarian Foreign Ministry, have said that they are closing their border crossings with Turkey. 3 border crossings are going to be closed, according to the Bulgarian Foreign Ministry, reiterating its appeal to Bulgarians to avoid any travels to the country's southern neighbour. The border crossings from the Bulgarian side do remain open, according to the ministry there. We're also just hearing in the last few seconds gunshots being heard on a live broadcast from CNN Turk studio. This is after a few moments ago the presenter said that soldiers had stormed the control room. We will hopefully bring you more on the situation in the CNN Turk studio very shortly.
Don't miss huge savings in the Harvey's Blue Cross event. This extending solidarity.
Against the government of the Turkish President Recep Tayyip Erdogan that has been developing through the night and morning. The latest pictures that you're seeing, these are live pictures in fact from Istanbul, where it is 4 o'clock in the morning, a very, very heavily congested road, lots of members of the public out, traffic at a complete standstill. Now the vehicle with its flashing lights near the bottom of the screen there, it does look like some sort of military vehicle I'm not too sure whether that is part of the alleged military coup or whether that may be a government vehicle, but clearly that is a large military vehicle parked in the middle of the road there with lots of members of the public gathered around it. And what we have been hearing in the last few minutes as well is an ongoing situation at the private CNN Turk studios. Apparently gunshots were heard live on air from the CNN Turk studios. It's a short time ago. Earlier, the presenter on CNN Turk said that soldiers were in the control room and that soldiers, as part of this coup, had taken over the studios. And in the last few seconds, we've heard that apparently gunshots were heard on the live broadcast, but we don't have any more information or confirmation, actually, in fact, of gunshots in terms of anything visual. Something else that we've just heard here at Sky News, the Turkish President Erdogan appears among crowds of supporters outside Istanbul airport. That's according to NTV. Now, that would obviously suggest that his plane landed a short time ago. We weren't 100% sure where exactly the Turkish president was for the early stages of the morning, but it seems as though, according to Reuters news agency and NTV television, that Turkish President Recep Tayyip Erdogan has appeared among crowds of supporters outside Istanbul's Ataturk airport. We'll try and get confirmation of that very shortly. It wasn't that long ago that we were hearing, in fact, that there were explosions at Ataturk airport, so it gives you some idea of the conflicting information that we've been getting through the morning here on Sky News. So we can bring you some of the latest as well. These are live pictures, in fact, from Istanbul, and in the distance, that is Ataturk Airport. Not much in the foreground, and to be honest, this picture doesn't give us much more information, but we are hearing in the last few moments that the Turkish President Recep Tayyip Erdogan has landed and appeared among crowds of supporters outside the airport. We'll try and confirm that as soon as we know anything more. And also, the state-run Anadolu agency has claimed unnamed military sources saying that the leader of the attempted coup is Colonel Muharrem Kose. That's according to the state-run Anadolu agency, which has been providing a lot of news to us through the night, news that we're not sure we can absolutely confirm, but lots of news coming into us right now, in fact, lots of new lines. President Erdogan apparently among crowds at Ataturk Airport saying that the uprising has been attempted against solidarity and unity of the country. This is according to Turkish Fox television, also saying that no power is above the national will, and also saying that those involved in this uprising will get necessary response no matter what institution they are from. These are live shots on a bridge in Istanbul. It's 4 a.m. there at the moment, but President Erdogan obviously doing some sort of speaking, saying that the uprising is being attempted against solidarity and unity of the country, no power above the national will, and those involved in this uprising will get necessary response no matter what institution they are from. We're hearing those lines from Reuters. We'll try and bring you confirmation of that very shortly. Sky's Enda Brady's been keeping right across this through the morning. Here is a roundup of what's been going on.
Low above Ankara, a military jet screamed its way across the night sky. On the ground, there were tanks on the streets of the capital, and in Istanbul, Ataturk Airport was closed. Traffic was stopped from crossing the two main bridges that span that city. Turkish state television was taken off the air. When it came back, a presenter was forced to read a statement on behalf of the military. The centre of Istanbul is normally packed with revellers at night, but every bar and restaurant was shut. Dozens of pro-government supporters chanted the name of President Erdogan as they mobbed tanks.
Some people are here just to see what's happening. There are some that are chanting in support of the government, whereas others are, and I've just been told by the military now to stop broadcasting. They seem to be getting a little bit, they're getting a bit heated, some of them.
President Erdogan called a TV station on FaceTime to condemn the military action and urge people to take to the streets in protest.
I invite the public to go to the airports, go to the squares, go to the streets. Let's gather together. They can come with their tanks and cannons and try to show what they can do. There's nothing more powerful than the people. I haven't seen anything more powerful. We can show the tanks who is powerful.
And people did take to the streets. But their anti-coup protests were met with sustained gunfire.